This is from one of my books, and in working this area for a while, I keep working on kind of definitions, and as I work with different types of organizations, kind of coming up with criteria. And so I've kind of boiled it down to this balance that we're looking for between aspiration and ability. So a high potential is a person who has both high aspiration and high characteristics of ability at the same time. My personal opinion is that no one is a high potential throughout their career. Now, not everybody's going to agree with me. That's okay. And by the way, before I forget to tell you, I have a LinkedIn group called Succession Management Professionals. We have over 2,500 people globally on the LinkedIn site, so I hope you join it. But we've had a lot of discussions about this issue, or the question of, is someone a high potential for life? Does your potential change throughout your career? Everybody on the site who's joined in on this discussion seems to agree that a person's performance can and normally does change and fluctuates throughout your career. For example, if you take a new position, your performance is going to be a little bit lower until you learn that role and you learn the culture and all those types of things, right? So everybody, I think, agrees that your performance ebbs and flows throughout your career. But I've found that not everybody agrees on whether your potential changes throughout your career. Some people feel like your potential is something inside of you and you're not going to lose it, which I agree with that. But I also think that potential changes based on things that are going on in our minds, things that are going on in our families, things that are going on in the company, and all these things and how they kind of fit together affects our potential in the organization. Just like your performance would drop when you take a new position because you have a learning curve, I also think your potential drops at that time because now we are not sure yet, and you're probably even not sure yet, what you want to do next in your career, which is all about your potential. Some organizations I've talked with, they place a person on a 9-box chart, performance and potential. They place them back in the center of the 9-box chart, right in the middle, kind of level setting them once they've moved in the organization. So this is kind of a question to kind of work on is, well, what is our culture? What is our belief system about does a person's performance and potential change throughout their career? So I think for all of us in this room, your aspiration goes up and down, and your ability goes up and down. And so when those are both at their peak, that's when we have someone who is a high potential. So for aspiration, we're looking at people who want to be leaders. We're looking at people who want to take cross-functional roles. We're looking at people who seek feedback, and they actually act on the feedback. And they ask for more feedback. And they want to keep learning and growing. They're willing to take those risks. They're willing to take on some type of maybe relocation possibility, or if you're a global organization, you may require a high potential to take a global assignment. So those are all characteristics of someone's aspiration. And then ability having to do with, are you a strategic thinker? Do you demonstrate leadership skills? How about your business acumen? Obviously your job skills, all these types of things rolled into that. So sometimes we have people whose ability is very, very high, and then their aspiration might be low. And sometimes our aspiration is high, and the ability is not there yet, right? So again, what we're looking for is when both of those things, the aspiration and ability, are both very, very high. And I think that's a point in time in our careers.